And the Patriots go on the road to face Jarrett Stidham, a backup quarterback favorite over Denver and Sean Payton. You know, with New England, you know, a lot of people are like, you can tell, well, they're not quite special enough. Well, is Mike Vrabel a top 5 coach? Is Josh McDaniel a top 3 coordinator? Is Drake Maye a top 10 quarterback? Their defense is top 5. I mean, I don't see what people aren't seeing. They're absolutely good enough to win a Super Bowl. I don't think they should be favored. Their cornerbacks are outstanding. They get consistent pressure. They run the ball effectively. And, you know, Kayshon Boutte made the catch of the year. So, I mean, Diggs was valuable. Drake Maye made 3 straight big throws on that 1 touchdown drive. They remind me a lot of the Belichick-Brady Patriots, where I'm not sure outside of quarterback, Drake Maye and Tom Brady. Outside of quarterback, I don't know if they're great anywhere, but they're really good everywhere, and they're awful nowhere. And with NFL coaching, you just can't be bad anywhere. You can't have a massive hole. They don't. I mean, they struggled to block, you know, the rush ends for Houston. Look, Will Anderson, good luck. He's our Lawrence Taylor. Nobody's blocking him. So Drake Maye against the number 2 defense in bad weather, 3 touchdowns and a 101 passer rating and good movement. Seems pretty good to me. They're very much like the old Patriots. They give you about 1 to 2 big plays offensively, and when you need them to execute at a high level, they do. So if you look at the Patriots this year, including the playoffs, they're number 1 in yardage differential. They're number 5 in points a game, number 3 in points allowed. So New England, I lived there for a decade. The New England region isn't a flashy region. There's a ton of wealth. Newport, Rhode Island, Nantucket, the Cape, Boston, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, but it's not ostentatious considering the wealth. And that's a little bit like the Patriots. The Patriots in Boston appreciate intelligence and toughness and resilience and efficiency and discipline. And I kind of feel like the Patriots have always been the region. They're not going to be flashy despite having talent. Yeah, Seattle's more dynamic and the Rams are more experienced and the Denver Broncos probably have a bit more of a star-studded roster, but I absolutely believe New England is good enough to win the Super Bowl.
I can't believe we have to work overtime to try to convince people of this. They only beat 1 team with a winning record or whatever nonsense they were spouting out. I remember when I said that I'd pick Drake Maye over any other quarterback when factoring in age and health and money, and people were like, oh, that's ridiculous. You got to go with Lamar Jackson. And I was like, no, what about Patrick Mahomes? He won 3 Super Bowls. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not talking about the past. I'm not talking about legacy. I'm talking about if I had to pick a quarterback right now, moving forward to start my franchise. Factoring in age and health, and you know how much we're paying him. It's Drake Maye, and it's a no-brainer. I don't have to think twice about it. It's Drake Maye. Are you sure? Yes. Yeah, but I don't care. But what about don't care? Picking Drake Maye. It's that simple. And in a playoff game like this proves it all the more in a game that he was getting hit. He was turning the ball over. It was sloppy. The weather wasn't great, and it just did not matter. It did not matter. The way he faced that game is like if we were playing outside, and it's like Thanksgiving, you know, I don't know, it's like December, January, and you're playing with your friends outside, messy, it's muddy, it's snowy, it's rainy, it's cold. And you have that one friend who's really good, but like doesn't have a lot of personality. He's not, you know, he's not laughing a lot. He's not yelling. He's not talking trash. He's just there to play. He's just a little bit more of a quiet, more reserved person, but still a great athlete, big and strong, and can play. I'm thinking of a kid that I grew up with who was just exactly like that. Really great athlete, can play ball, but like wasn't there for all the noise. And I'm the one that's running around screaming, laughing, joking. My other friends are like that too, and like he just gets it done. And it doesn't matter whether he throws an amazing touchdown, catches an amazing touchdown, throws an interception. It's just like whatever. And like that's what Drake Maye reminds me of right now. It's just like he's just so like the moment just doesn't faze him. And it's not like he even gets fired up for the moment or that he's withdrawn from the moment. It just doesn't matter. It's just whatever. And I just think there's so much power in that. There's so much power in that. I'm not going to call out a quarterback this weekend, but there was a quarterback who made a nice play and it wasn't anything spectacular. I mean, it was a standard football play, and it was such a crucial moment of the game. I can't emphasize this enough, just how crucial of a moment we were at in this game. And he steps forward and looks into the crowd and sticks his chest out. And I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing right now? Like, what? The fact that your mind is even giving you a second to have this moment rather than immediately processing what you need to do next is bonkers to me. It's insane to me. What are you doing right now? What are you doing? And so I just appreciate what Drake Maye brings so much. And it's really kind of cool for me that I have these 4 teams in the conference championship game right now, because I said the Rams I trust the most. The Seahawks and the Broncos are my baby, and the Patriots. I think Drake Maye is, yeah. I mean, I had no problems crowning Drake Maye as special elite. Great. I mean, so if it's so funny and I get so much pushback on, well, let's see what he does next year, dude. He's got the easiest schedule ever. And I'm like, okay, whatever you guys say, man. It's like, whatever use. I've reached the point where I'm just like, okay, hey, I'm starting to put in the comment section now so much more where I just go, sure, LOL, sure, yep, nailed it, yep, yep, mm-hmm, yep. Because it's like, what am I supposed to do here? If you can't be amazed and understand what you're seeing with Drake Maye and this Patriots team, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I really don't. Unless now they are people who are saying that they have a very easy path. Yeah. They're working overtime to have that be their way. Right? Going up against the Texans, who, let's face it, CJ has not been playing his best football. Now you're going up against a backup quarterback with the Denver Broncos. It's a massive benefit, but don't count the Broncos out yet. Do not count the Broncos out yet. I think there's room for optimism for the Broncos that I'll unpack in a different video and whatnot. Going up against the Chargers with a decimated O-line, like, that's all well and good, that's fine. But I can just tell you right now, doesn't matter. Like, it just, if the New England Patriots beat Nick Foss and the Eagles in the Super Bowl, but they would have been like, yeah, would Tom Brady counted that Super Bowl less if Nick Foss was a dud in the Super Bowl and had 4 turnovers? It would be like, they wouldn't care. You'd be like, I don't care. I got my ring. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't care. I don't care how we won or what happened. We won. So it's just like, everybody can play that game all they want. They can play that game all they want. And it's just like, at the end of the day, it's like, doesn't matter. Patrick Mahomes beat us, won a Super Bowl against Jimmy Garoppolo. And listen, when we're having GOAT conversations, like, yeah, we can call it out. We can have those conversations a little bit. We can be like, well, you did win against Jimmy Garoppolo. And it's like, that's fair game. But when you're talking about your franchise, when you're talking about your team, when you're talking about the accomplishments of what you're getting after, it's like, okay, fine. If everyone wants to say that this was the easiest path in NFL history, it's like, whatever, keep saying that. We're winning. We're in the conference championship game. And it's so funny because I realize that so much of this, because I see this on the memes. I see this in the comment section that everyone's like panicking this idea that the Patriots can like build another dynasty, that they could be great. And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening again. And am I weird for just not caring at all? Like, I don't understand. Like, I watched a ton of football with Brady and the Patriots, and like, I don't know. It just, if the Patriots were able to be great again and be at the top again, I feel, I don't know. It just doesn't. I think maybe if it was maybe still Bill Bitch, I don't know. It just feels like a new team, new quarterback, new face, new everything. Like, it just doesn't matter to me. I mean, the resistance to it just doesn't land. And maybe it's also because I spent a tremendous amount of time in New England, but like, I don't know. I didn't spend time in the fancy places that Colin's talking about. I wasn't around the tremendous wealth. I was in the mountains, Vermont and whatnot. New Hampshire, I love Boston. Boston's one of my favorite cities. I love the architecture there. I gave out water on Marathon. Monday to this day is still one of the coolest experiences I've ever been part of in my entire life. Riding the T, isn't that what it's called? The T, I forget. I'm not going to act like I'm a Boston expert. I think it's a T, right? And you're just crammed on it, getting into the city from because you have the baseball game at the same time, and then Marathon Monday, and going through all of the we'll call them restaurants. That was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my entire life. And then when you stick around on Marathon Monday until after like the actual runners, and it's at the end when you see all like the more regular people doing it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. If anyone hasn't experienced Marathon Monday, you're missing out. You're missing out. But I mean, yeah, it is funny to see how desperately people want this team not to be. How desperately they want the Patriots not to be. How desperately they don't want Drake Maye to be. He is. They are. Life's tough. Get a helmet. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the New England Patriots? How confident are you in Drake Maye to get the job done and return back to the promised land and get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl? Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the visibility in the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.